Welcome to Executive Insights, Mental Health Edition. My special guest today is Jessica Gerlock, certified personal trainer, mental health advocate, and founder of Mindset, Fitness, and Wellness. In this episode, Jessica shares the compelling event that started her journey of transformation from a girl who was suffering from weight and mental health issues to a healthy and confident young woman and business owner. She talks about what motivated her to become a personal trainer and the changes she had to make quickly this year to adapt her business model. Jessica offers practical advice for dealing with change and staying healthy in these challenging times. Hi, Jess. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Nasheen. Thanks so much for having me.
Jess, you've transformed your life 180 degrees from a girl who was bullied at school, suffering from weight issues and mental health problems, to the strong and confident woman you are today. What was the turning point for you? How did you make it all happen?
Well, I was about 21 and I was a graphic designer interning at the Walt Disney Company in downtown Toronto. After about 9 months, I really felt like that wasn't where I was supposed to be. I left the Walt Disney Company and I took some of the money that I earned and I went on a trip for the first time. I traveled to California by myself. It was the first time in between high school and going right to college and going right into an internship that I never really took a step back and realized in my life what was important. I saw this girl that, yes, I was doing great in my professional life, but my personal life, I was 227 pounds at 5 feet tall. I was unhealthy. I was depressed. I had clinical anxiety, and I really wasn't happy in my life. So I really needed to take a step back and think about what was important to me. And that was when I went to California and I spent some time alone, realizing that I needed to build a strong foundation of a person who I am to be successful in anything I decide to do in life. So right when I got home from that trip, I got a gym membership at a community center gym, and I hired a personal trainer. And I have not turned back since that. That was almost 7 years ago, and I've been able to lose over 100 pounds and keep it off. And then I now build my business around it. So that's how it started. Yeah.
Well, that's truly remarkable. I think, many people go through their lives feeling sorry for their misfortunes, but you actually realized at a fairly young age that you have to be in control of your
Yes.
destiny and you
100%.
have to want to make that change. So kudos to you and congratulations for
Thank
your
you.
achievements.
Thank you.
Speaking of starting your own business, what motivated you to become a personal trainer and start your own business in the fitness industry?
Well, when I was losing my weight, my personal journey really motivated me to become a personal trainer. But when I was losing weight, I realized that the fitness industry itself is very geared to fit people getting fitter. It's not geared to the average person needing to get a healthy lifestyle. I never saw myself, a 5 foot, small girl in these fitness ads. I saw abs and 5'7" models, and I never really could have related to that. So I realized one of the hardest things for me was going into the gym. I found it a very intimidating situation. So I started my business doing in-home personal training so that people feel the most comfort in their own home and they'll get the most success out of it in their own home. So I started my own business, Mindset, Female Fitness and Wellness, really to motivate others doing the same weight loss journey that I went through.
I think that is a very compelling aspect of your business to help people who may have similar experiences to really get healthy and be happier. I have to admit that I'm one of the beneficiaries of your programs, and my goal was not weight loss, but I just, when I first engaged you early this year, I just wanted to tune up and to get myself ready for a dance performance that would have happened in the spring. But I stuck with your program, and then we started doing online training, and it really has become a very essential activity in my life and kept my sanity. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Well, I also think that the fitness industry is very geared to the physical health, but the mental health that comes along with exercise is extremely important, and especially right now during these crazy times.
Yeah, that's very well said. So, speaking of the business, how has the pandemic impacted your business model? And what changes did you have to make quickly to really adapt and create new business opportunities?
Well, when the pandemic hit, I was doing in-home strictly personal training. I would go into clients' homes in the area. But when the pandemic hit, people were not as comfortable with me coming in as much. So I had to really figure out a really fast way to keep my clients going and keeping their health and fitness goals intact. So I moved online. I created a virtual, we go through Zoom. I have more clients now online than in person. And I also created outdoor workouts, when the weather was nicer. So giving whatever opportunities people can exercise, whatever they feel comfortable with, I'll be there to guide them through it. Because I think right now it's important really to focus on our health and our well-being as number one.
That's exactly it. And I think what's also incredible about your story and what inspired you to start your business is not only have you transformed your own life, but you decided to use that experience to help more people. And when you have a business that combines both passion and purpose, that is a winning concept.
And I don't feel like I'm working that's the best thing is I'm helping others achieve their goals, because I know that I needed myself when I was going through the same thing. And I understand on an emotional level and on a physical level what you need to guide you through. I realize that for some people, every day is not going to be the best workout you're going to have. You have other things going on in your lives that you might be worrying about, but it's really important to put that whatever time aside with and focus on your health and well-being, because again, as I said, when you build a extremely well foundation, everything else you do you'll succeed in.
Yeah, and health and well-being is especially what we need right now in this climate. So since we're in this pandemic limbo for most of the year, many people struggle with a feeling of isolation, anxiety, and depression. As a mental health advocate, can you offer some advice?
Well, you have to remember that we are living through some unprecedented times. So what everybody's going through is okay. Whether you're dealing with it in a more of a depressed way or you're dealing with an addiction, you just have to realize that this isn't normal circumstances. And, we're all in this together. You're not alone. You need to be able to, as much as we are feeling isolation, is so important to reach out to loved ones that, just to have a conversation with, just to have some human connection. It's very important to let people know how you are feeling, because if you need to be the one to make that change in your life, and other people won't know to go to approach you in that way. But it's important to also stay active, go on walks as much as possible, work out as much as possible, be able to focus on your mental health, and doing things that will improve your mental health will take you a long way during these crazy times.
Yeah, well said. To really make an effort to connect with people and to remain active. Those
Yeah.
are the two key things that, certainly have kept me sane and kept me going during these very challenging times.
100%.
So, one of the certitudes in life is change. However, embracing change requires desire, courage, commitment, and discipline. And, many people know they need to change, but they're afraid. And I think they're afraid because of the fact that they know they will have to step out of their comfort zone. Looking back at your own journey, what are some of the key learnings in dealing with change that you can share with our audience?
Well, as somebody who dealt with anxiety at a young age and throughout my teenage years, change is not a good thing for people with anxiety, and change is very scary. So I'll be the first one to admit that I used to not be good with change. I liked routine, I liked regimen, but in these crazy times, we have to learn to adjust, and really you have to realize that change only happens when you are outside of your comfort zone. If you are staying in your comfort zone, you will never progress in a positive way. You will stay at a very standstill spot. So change does only happen when you are out of your comfort zone, and exploring that change is a beautiful thing in your life. I wouldn't have been able to be where I am today and see that losing over 100 pounds, changing my mindset, which was a huge change in my life. All these little changes have made me embrace change and realize change is a very positive thing. And yes, change can be scary. And yes, change is not, if you do have anxiety or if you're dealing with that, it kind of can be intimidating. But when you finally embrace that change, that's when you will see the most results in anything you are trying to achieve.
Thank you so much for sharing your inspiring story. I really appreciate your speaking with me today.
Thank you so much, Nasheen. It's important to focus on our mental health and to stay strong and to believe that these days will get better.
Absolutely. And this conversation is slightly different than the conversations we have on other episodes, but a vital one to have. You've been watching another episode of Executive Insights. This is our special mental health edition. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check out our YouTube channel. We have close to 300 videos featuring executive interviews and roundtable discussions. And don't forget to subscribe.